Hey, good evening, all. This is Dr. Jyoti Para. Once again, it's Saturday and it's our time for a live session for the youth. This is welcome all to our session and much interesting topic. Last session we have done about cracking your first job. However, in the same series, we have come up with a masterclass for Job Mela. Now, what's a Job Mela? Here comes the Job Mela is something where lot of clients are put together in one space and you just don't have to go run around from office to office, take the security passes, wait there to meet the HR. But this is one place, one security check-in, and just a bunch of resumes that you might be carrying and meeting out on various clients. And probably you could land a job quickly here because it's a Mela. So that's a brief about Job Mela. Now, this is a season where a lot of job melas are happening, and we would love to guide those who are checking out for jobs, those who are really preparing themselves and are going ahead with giving interviews. We would love to add some value to the efforts that you're putting in, and we would like to guide you, give you some tips and tricks to land on your job quickly. Job mailers are very different, unlike how you are going to do an individual interview. So why is it important to prepare for a job mailer in a specific way and go there? Uh, how is that going to really help you out? So this is a discussion point today. And as I always say, learning at least one new thing in a workshop, in a seminar, in a online session makes sense. If there is nothing new to learn, then don't even attend a session. This is my tip for you for attending online sessions. More than qualification, what matters is definitely your attitude, your personality, and the first impression is the best impression and the lasting impression. LinkedIn is going to really give a professional and a career oriented exposure because
Right.
although you are a fresher, you get to see how experienced people have made up their LinkedIn, how they have posted, their job titles, their job profiles, job roles and responsibilities, and what kind of recommendations have come over there. And that's how you're going to learn and build your profile, your resume, as well as your execution part when you get into an interview. Onto LinkedIn, you get a great exposure. Just search for similar profiles for the job what you're looking at, something similar into the same vertical, same industry. Look at what those people are talking about the job roles, what they have really described their job role as, and the responsibilities. Then easy to say, don't compare yourself. But when you get into a room of 100 plus people or, a team of 20, a group discussion, break, you automatically get into that comparison mode unknowingly, unconsciously. But then I always remember just one nugget in my mind. I'll be what I am. That's nothing
Yes.
but be yourself. You don't unique personality. And that's for me getting into so many groups and sitting in a room of 100 people. Say it was freezing initially, but then the moment I realized I am what I am and there's nobody else like me, I might be saying the same things. Like as you said, you your hobby was also reading book, but then you didn't mention it in the same line, reading a book. You talked about the author, you spoke about the villain, you spoke about the story, how that book was really interesting to you. So that is, when you're passionate and when you're doing it with your own interest, these ideas come up into your mind. While sitting
Right.
down there, when people are talking, yes, they have already done it. Now I can't repeat it, and that's going to be boring. And imagine you being the last
Ah,
person or last fifth or last 10th person in 100 people. There's nothing that no, you have to talk at all because all the 90 plus people might have already spoken about it. Some of the other persons have already told about it, but how are you going to really project it new? How are you going to tell it in an interesting way? Now,
yes.
Sharon said her hobby is collecting stones. So now Dan, don't go and do something new for a hobby's sake. Don't do that. But whatever your hobby is, if you're able to identify why that is your hobby and why is it really interesting to you, then you will be able to really tell it out in a creative manner, in a catchy perspective to everybody. Specifically for a job mailer, I see a job mailer to be in dividing it into three different preparations. One would be before the event, that is before the job mailer, and one would be for the job mailer, at the mailer, what you have to do, and the other one would be after the job mailer. Now, if you're thinking what is there after the job mailer, yeah, there's a lot that you can do. So here I would like to, until now, whatever we were discussing, I would love to put it into a nutshell to say before the event, what you have to do. Before the event, you usually get to know about the job mailer. It comes with a either a flyer or an email or the college notice board, whatever it may be. It definitely conveys what are the companies that are coming to hire. So when you see that, it is your job to do some research on those companies and prepare a list for yourself. In a job mailer, if there are 100 or 150 companies coming, you will not be able to go to every stall. So you will have to prioritize. You have to prepare a list 1, list 2, list 3, where you do a bit of research on those companies. When I say research, I'm not asking you to read their turnovers, their yearly uh, yearly balance sheets and everything. I'm asking you to see what is it. Is that company apt for you? Is that what you want to be? So that you understand your interest, and then you shortlist and you have the companies listed out, so that when you go there, you're going to make sure that you're going to visit those companies without forgetting. And then an updated and a printout of your resume, a 10 to 15 copies of your resume. Usually a job mailer, flyer, brochure, or even when your instructor, they say carry 3 copies, that would be enough. But that is not enough. Probably, even if it is just 5 or 6 companies sitting down there, it's a small campus or only just your college. Even if it is 10 companies sitting down there, probably somebody might ask you an extra copy. Or maybe initially you felt you don't want to go for a company, but then after going there, things might change and you want to attend the interview with that too. And now when I say 10 to 15 copies, please don't make a resume of 4 or 5 pages or 10 pages. Since you're a fresher, your resume should be of ideally 1 page. And if that is not really working out for you, go for the second page. But 1 page is real good enough for you. And then definitely save a digital copy of your resume, be it in your phone or be it on pen drive, carry it. And definitely a single company. But in a job mailer, they would not expect you to talk for 10-15 minutes. They might give you a time limit of 30 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes, not more than that. But ideally, I would say prepare a self-introduction with your education, skill, and goals. Just these 3 things, a 30-second script. Prepare that and carry your ID, certificates, and a passport size photos. Somebody might ask you to stick it on their form so that they know who they spoke to. However, the most important is dress in neat formals, business casuals, and definitely practice the common answers. Usual general standard questions in an interview, practice answers for that. This is your pre-preparation for the job mailer. Most important, I think this checklist is going to help you out for pre-preparation to attend a job mailer. Discussing about what you should be doing at a job mailer. Pre-preparation is done. Now at a job mailer, what you're supposed to do. Imagine hundreds of companies at one place. What kind of people or how many students are going to come there or how many freshers are going to come there. So it is a suggested and advised arrive early to avoid queues. And then visit top priority companies first. The list that you prepared, your pre-preparation, that's going to help you out. Visit the top priority companies without changing your mind after stepping in there, looking at so many stalls and the attractiveness they put up or the salary packages they put up. Don't go for it because you have already prepared for something else. And greet with smile and confidence. Don't lose hope. 100 companies, one job is easy to be done. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You should be going with an ideal mindset of saying that today I'm taking home my
Is
job.
my day. Oh, yeah. Today
And
is my day and this is
yes,
my job.
yes. And do not hesitate to ask the recruiter about the roles, career growth, and work culture, because that would show your interest. And above all, the job titles would be the same: recruiter or software professional, software engineer or software developer, software analyst, but the responsibilities differ. So getting to know a little more about the job role that you're applying for would really help you out. And share your resume and have a QR code to your LinkedIn profile. You know, you already have seen Sharon showing two QR codes until now. So a QR code is easy to scan, easy to get connected. Now you know the importance of LinkedIn profile as well. So have a QR code for your LinkedIn profile. And if you are a visual effects architect or visual effect developer or 3D architect, something of graphic designer kind of thing, you would be having a portfolio. Carry a QR code for your portfolio. Don't, try to just show it on the phone and ask them to take a picture or ask them to give you WhatsApp number and send. Don't do that, because you would not have that time. They will not even be having the thought of doing it. So instead of that, carry a QR code, and if you really impress them, they will just scan it and put it with them. Apart from that, collect business cards and contact details wherever you felt that's a good company. You had a great interaction, and probably you might want to know a little more or maybe follow up after this. Then you will have to collect the contact details rather than going back home and thinking that you will do it on a website. You'll check their website, pick up the numbers, or write an email. Instead of that, pick it up from the recruiter. Take the contact details from the recruiter so that you have it handy. And
Yes.
definitely do not forget to note down the recruiter feedback or the extra requirements that they have told you on the job role. You know,
Oh,
so
yes.
here I would love to give a quick tip: carry a notepad and a pen. I think that's yeah, great insight. Definitely, I would say from the recruiters, and also recruiters should be taking time to give a proper feedback so that it is enabling the candidate to prepare themselves for their next jobs or work on their shortcomings, probably understand where they are lacking or how they can really improvise themselves. I think that's a little bit duty that recruiters really forget, but I was real good with it. I would, I mean, I might delay informing that they got selected, but I would never delay saying that they got rejected and what is the reason for it. So that they'll at least hop on to the next role. They'll at least continue their search instead of waiting, hoping that things will happen and they'll be waiting on me or my company, and then they say, "Oh no, they should have told us. We lost some other opportunity." About how you can really do well an effective job mailer for you. And not last, but I would definitely love to have an emphasis here. After the event, also there is some work for you to do. Now, after the event phase is real important phase, because that gives you your result. It speaks what you have done in the job mailer. That's going to tell you, did anything really work out for you, or was that a learning experience, or was that a successfully closed deal for you? So after the event, within 48 hours, I would suggest within 48 hours, try send a thank you email. You might have collected visiting cards or contact numbers, email IDs. Send a thank you email. What would you be putting in that email? Thank you for giving me the opportunity, to present myself. Looking forward to hear from you. Just a very simple one. Don't write any stories there. Just a thank you email, and then mention something specific from your conversation so that the recruiter can get connected to you, something specific, what they might have told you and how it has really made an impact or connected you to the recruiter. Then connect on LinkedIn with the recruiters. And when you're connecting on LinkedIn, most of the time what I see, I get a lot of LinkedIn ad requests, but none of them put a note. And it's so it's so frustrating that you don't write a note. Who are you or why are you sending me a ad request? And then above all, your profile doesn't even have a profile picture. It doesn't show anything about you. And you expect me to add you into my network. So don't do that. Suggested that you have a proper LinkedIn profile. And then when you're sending an ad request, when you're connecting with the recruiter, write a note there, met you in the job mailer, so and so. It was great. That's it. A small note. And then track your application for progress. As soon as you back from the job mailer, prepare a spreadsheet, which all companies you attended, who were the recruiters or the point of contact that you spoke, what did they say, and how you should be following up with them. Not all of them would be having the same follow-up method. And then do not forget lakhs of people who might have attended the job mailer. So don't stop your job search until you are closing a job position. Continue applying to other positions as well. Please make a note of this. And do not forget the extra tip that I told you. Carry a notepad and a pen. Don't think that you will get the WhatsApp number and you'll text them. Not everybody would be comfortable doing that, or there would be company policies in place where they can't share the personal numbers. So keeping that in mind, you're advised to carry, a pen and a notepad to make a quick note of the stall or the point of contact or the company name, which might really help you. With that note, we wish you all the best for your job search. And there are a lot of job mailers happening in Hyderabad, the government job mailers, as well as certain organizations conducting job mailers. So do not forget to keep an eye open to check out the job mailers. And every time you fail, take it as a learning experience, what you have learned out of it. Don't get disappointed. All the best, all of you.